It is the game we have all been waiting for. The Guardians of the Crib at home versus the Flakers. These two teams have a storied history from Season 1, and it's the first time we see sub versus sub. It is round 6, and it kicks off today. Hello everyone and welcome along to Flakers Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Global Rugby Challenge, the subscriber series, as we like to call it here on the channel. This is the series where you guys take the field, and today you're taking on each other, but you do take on also the world's elite players and competition winners from around the rugby globe. Today, it is the massive one. It is a huge, big clash we have been waiting for since Season 2 kicked off. It is the Guardians of the Crib up against the Flakers, and we have a couple of interesting little stats here to kick this matchup underway. These two sides are the two teams that clashed in the Season 1 Grand Final. The winner on that day, well, many people on screen now will not be happy to know, but it was the Flakers who took out Season 1 with a 17-14 victory over the Guardians of the Crib. New season, new players, the teams are the same however, and this is the starting lineup here for the Guardians of the Crib. The front row, the front row squad, that is right, Owen Fagan, Mike Hunt and Luke de Normanville will line up along the front row of Liam Hacker and Josh Howard in behind them in the locking positions. The back row will consist of Theo Clark, who's moved from centres into the back row alongside him, Kevin Marshall and the big man, Michael Shepherd at number 8. Juan Rodriguez will line up at 9, and his half partner will be the highest scoring player in the competition, Dom Butler. Good old buddy outside him and Tom Guest in the centres alongside one of the best performing players I think so far in Oliver Elliott-Williams. On the wings will be Kieran Jones returning back to where it all began for him, and Louis Trotman on the right, with Fergus Lang retaining his spot in the number 15 jumper. Okay, here is the defending champions of the Global Rugby Challenge. It is the Flakers, and they have done everything right so far, and as we just said, these guys are the ones who won last season, but these two teams also met during the regular season, where it was again in round 10 the Flakers who came away with the victory, 19 points to 5. So technically, let's go through it now. 2 clashes, no losses. The Flakers are undefeated against the Guardians of the Crib. That is a record they would love to keep intact here today. Even though they trail the Guardians on the table, this is the game that can turn that all around. Here is the starting 15 for the Flakers to kick the game underway. Lucas Barrett, Rubber and Mitchell Wetton are your front row, with Gilbert Sanchez and John Joseph reuniting in the second. Connor Nicholson, one of the scariest men in rugby, lining up on the blind side with Francois Valentine and the leading try scorer Nanook Isi at number 8. Luke Bender will run things from scrum half, with his outside half will be Owen Richards with the kicking duties as well. Joshua Barrett will line up in the midfield today for the first time alongside the veteran Pierre Valentine. Jiminy Gino on the left, and it is one of the better try scorers as well from the Flakers, Andre Miller on the right, and solid as a rock, Michael Guerin at fullback for the Flakers. Can they go 3-0 against the Guardians, or will we see a changing of that guard? Here it comes, folks. Settle yourselves in, knock back the chair, get your drink ready, because we are set for a huge clash in the Global Rugby Challenge. Flakers in the yellow, it is the Guardians in the blue and red, and we are underway with a deep kick downfield, and it's an early chance out on the left side for Kieran Jones. Pops in, and we've got an early opportunity. It could be a runaway try, and it will be for the Guardians of the Crib. Surely it chases on Rodriguez, but he'll score. Oh, Juan Rodriguez gets the Guardians off to an absolute screamer. Who saw that coming? Not one breakdown, not one good tackle, and it's Josh Howard. It is Josh Howard who has gone all the way to score. I thought there was a 9, turns out it's a 5, and the big winger Andre Miller couldn't even stop him. Well, credit to him there. Look who was on his shoulder too. It was Mike Hunt. Didn't need him. And he goes all the way in for the try. Well. A big hole full of water, but that is a superb try to start the Guardians off. Goodness gracious me, didn't see that coming. I was just trying to settle into the game. Thought we'd have a nice easy start, but straight away we've got 7 points on the board. Dawn Butler puts it over from the sideline, and the Guardians lead the Flakers 7-0. There is no time for calming. It is all 100% speed. Let's try that again, shall we? Owen Richards, number 10 for the Flakers, kicks off, goes high and short this time, and is claimed there by Theo Clark, who does brilliantly. Turn around, now they come out wide to the right-hand side, but a good bounce to the middle from Tom Guest before he slips it back. Turn over the ball, Owen Richards goes away. Now it's Andre Miller, back inside. Good opportunity here for Barrett. In the midfield, looking to strike his claim to another position. Here's Bendel, numbers out on the right. It's Connor Nicholson. He's really one-on-one the fullback. Goes a support play, but Owen Richards 2-on-2, taking it to touch. Boy, oh boy, these guys are clever. Spotted that space straight away. Went with it down the short side. And just about got the answer in the play. Mike Hunt will throw in. And he's given it. No, he hasn't. It's gone straight through the Flakers player. And it's been coming ahead in midfield by Nanukisi. And it sits at the back now for Michael Shepherd, going away to Tom Guest, who drills this very sharply away into touch. And a clearance kick from inside his 22. That's the order of the day. 11.5 minutes gone. It's a shortened line out here by the Flakers. Rubber throws in again. It's missed by everyone, but Nicholson has grabbed it at the back. And now the Flakers running away. Good opportunity here for Barrett once again, but he's got it out wide. And it's coming Andre Miller. It's a foot race against Flakers Slam. Oh, he's gone. He's put a touch. I don't believe it. Andre Miller has scuffed it big time. He just had to put the ball down. He's gone and tried to fend away Fergus Slam. What on earth was he thinking? Don Butler says, I don't care, get this ball out of my 22. It's gone deep, down to Bendel, pops it inside to Nanukisi. And he tries to climb upfield and add to his 4 tries already. It's a good little run here from Jim Aligino. And Lucas Moret, look at him go. And he fires a big pass wide. No chance for Valentine. Can he offload? No. Good support in there as well. Mitchell Wetton. Can he get this pass away, or is he going to go into touch? Straight to touch it is. Mitchell Wetton trying to be the hero down the short side, and we've seen a good stanza of pressure here by the Flakers as they look to get themselves back in this game. Hunt, that's a better throw into the back. It's gone to Josh Howard, the only try scorer. A screecher of a try as well it was by the little second row. Finally it's held up by the Flakers, and Luke de Dummerville goes for a bit of a run. Fighting away to Guest, who hacks us away. And one bounce just out of grasp of Michael Guerin, and into touch it goes. It's all backs against the wall stuff at the moment for the Guardians as they look to protect this 7-point lead. 23 minutes gone. Rama will once again throw. It's a shortened line out, condensed, and is to the middle to Joseph it goes. Here is Owen Richards looking to spark something, and he's knocked it on. And a high tackle, and it's double whammy, but we'll go back for the high shot. And this is a great chance now to rake off a lot of... Oh, no! Wow, I mean, this is a bit ambitious, isn't it, folks? The Flakers behind by 7, and they are going for a 16-metre shot at goal for Owen Richards. Strikes it. It looks on target. Is it going to go anywhere near the legs? You are joking. You are having a laugh. What a kick from Owen Richards. What an absolute corker that has gone a mile. An absolute mile from Owen Richards at 7-3. Should have been worth 4. Don Butler probably said, stuff that, I don't want to ever go that kick. Goodness me, that was a monster. Underway we go yet again, nearing the half-an-hour mark, and the Guardians looking for that turnover. The Flakers get it back. Nanukisi running and offloading. Oh my God, no. Look where we are. Oh, this is trouble now for the Guardians of the Crib. They are going to lose a player. It looks like it will be Liam Hacker. Well, one second row did brilliance. The other has got a yellow card, and don't tell me no. Okay, Flakers calm it down. They're going for a kick to touch. And Owen Richards hacks it away. I mean, that was a very similar spot to where he just nailed that penalty goal from, goodness me, that was 60 metres. I can't believe he smashed it that far. Big chance now, though. Rubber. Throwing to the back. Oh, that is close to being lost, but Joseph just claws it out of the grasp of Josh Howard. And they maul it upfield too. Great charge by the Flakers pack. Now they look to use the backs, and it's Andre Miller stepping inside, gets great pass away, and it's going to be Jimmy Gino. He's in. They won't stop him. He tries to dally about all he can, but Jimmy Gino dots down for another. And it is try-scoring frenzies here, our second of the match, and we have a new leader, the Flakers, for the first time in the game. They take the lead. Wetton did well. Miller has been used very, very well in midfield. But look at how long he just messed about. And we see Miller himself was the one that stuffed up that try earlier, way out on the right-hand wing. It was a nothing play too. He drew in Theo Clark and just drew that defence across, away from that driving ball as much as he could. And after that, it was an easy scamper in for that man, Jimmy Gino. And the lead now is back to the Flakers. Well, I thought after that start from the Guardians, I thought we could be in for something special by them. But no, the Flakers have clawed it back, and Richards always hit the uprights. 2 points go begging for the Flakers fly half, and 8-7 is the score. They just want to make it close, don't they? They just want to test the heartstrings of all you viewers out there, all the fans of the Flakers, the players of the Guardians, and either or. Here we go, back underway, still yellow card in play for the Guardians, and that is Liam Hacker, who is off the field. Bendel goes short, looking for Barrett, and it's turned around twice before it is the Nukisi boy, he's in danger. Fast and strong, you've got to watch him. Bendel once again away to Barrett, this time he fires it wide for Jamali Gino, who looks to link up nicely, and it's a charging run down the left-hand wing for Owen Richards before he goes into touch. Running out of space, running out of support, but how about all this attack that is going through Joshua Barrett at the moment for the Flakers? Interesting, they are using him as such an outlet. The fullback coming and starting his first game at inside centre, making a decent nudge of it so far. Here is Mike Hunt, throws it in and gives it straight to the try scorer, Josh Howard, and looked at him if it was going for a bit of a run, but they decide to kick through Louis Trotman instead, and it's high up for Michael Guerin, who looks to return it, but Owen Richards will say, no, you just get it back down your end, and at the back, it is taken at a touch from Fergus Lamb. He was no part interested in running that out, and with the score as it is, they go to half-time. Now, we've got a shortened half-time break here with this AI-controlled game. We don't have too much time, but you can see Flakers in control, possession and territory all going their way. Mistakes from the Guardians as well, not helping their cause. The yellow card is definitely a bit of a downer for them. Line break, so massive state at the bottom, 5 to the Flakers, just 1 for the Guardians. There we go, short and sweet because the AI says so. They don't want to look at stats, they want to look at rugby action, and we are back underway for the second half. Don Butler hammers this one long, and Nanukisi, who's been wrapped up well here by the Guardians so far here tonight. Now they look to break their way out of their 22. It's a great play from Richards. It's getting away from Jimmy Gino. Gino looking for room on the outside, but he is eventually squished over the touchline. Jimmy Gino has been in devastatingly good form here tonight, and he's run a good 50 metres to get themselves back into that neutral territory. And Mike Hunt will have the throw. Again, it's to the back, and it is another one for Howard. Now they get it away to Guest, who's hit this high, and the wind holds it in, and everyone misses it. That's a great chance! That's Louis Trotman for the corner! Oh my goodness me, that was close! Try-saving tackle! Louis Trotman almost scored a stunner. That ball bounced viciously, and 2 or 3 Flakers defenders were all at sea trying to get it in. Back they go, looking for a way out, and surprisingly, Nanukisi is the one to kick it away. Richards getting the pass off, and says trouble! It's trouble for Kieran Jones, the big man. Putting a foot in touch, fielding that ball. And the Flakers get a big turnaround. 8-7 the score, don't forget that. Missed by everyone, but again, Colin Nicholson runs away with it. Big pass away to Nanukisi. Go ball! Nanukisi's on fire! Out wide they come! Pierre Valentine goes one more! Joshua Barrett for the corner, Barrett! That's a great try! And the Flakers will put one hand on victory here. First season clash of season 2. And the Flakers are looking the goods to pick up the W. That offload was tremendous. You cannot put a price on that at all. And it was a great pass to Francois Valentine. And he scooted straight away. Gets a big pass wide. Look at this. Bang! Valentine on the ball. Big pass out wide to Pierre. It was the Valentine brothers who were absolutely humming to give the opportunity out to one of the Barrett brothers. Joshua Barrett, welcome to being up in the back line. Boots to match the socks. I rate that. What a play. Absolute brilliance by the Flakers as they lead 13-7. Kick coming in. Oh, wonderful correction from Owen Richards. He put the other one too far to the right and it struck the upright. This one he corrected beautifully on the left-hand side and it sailed between the uprights. 15-7. A lot of work to do here for the Guardians. Contrasting styles of play. Great start by the Guardians, but they've just been starved of possession, starved of opportunity. Here's Gilbert Sanchez, goes wide to Nukisi away, and once again it's Francois Valentine. Oh, what a stand from Valentine! He should have used the support. He had 3 or 4 men on his right. He cut back to the left, gave himself space, but here is Francois. Oh, it's Pierre Valentine, and he's gone straight through, and that is salt in the wound of the Guardians of the Crib. Get him a Valentine's mixed up. Francois started it all through the middle. There he goes going down. But it was Pierre that finished it all as they went straight slicing through. Too easy as he cut between the defence and Kevin Marshall and left them for dust. Louis Trotman had to save the day against Valentine there. Francois Valentine. Here's a great ball and straight through he goes. The dummy out to Andre Miller and forced Kieran Jones to hold his line. And after that had happened, there was no fullback in place. He was taken out in the face before. And this one is becoming a bit of a wipeout here, folks. It was close, it was tense, it was tight, but now the cream is rising to the top. And Owen Richards adds another 2. Well, you got to say, the Valentine boys have absolutely stood up here today for the Flakers. They have just turned on a show, and the Guardians have had very, very little to offer in return. Here's Don Butler. He's done pretty well. He's kicked nicely and he's distributed well, but again, starved of possession. And look at this. Straight through the middle they go, and it's going to be another try. It's Joshua Barrett off the great offload from Pierre Valentine. And my goodness me, we are having a thrashing. And our big clash. 27-7 kick to come. Joshua Barrett gets 2. How about that offload? Barrett running at speed. Straight through the middle of the hole he goes. And he just outpaces everyone around him. Big chase from Guest. Big chase from Lamb. They weren't stopping him as he cut them in 2. And went away for the try. Splendid stuff. This kid coming in. He's only played at fullback so far. This is his first appearance up in the back line, and he is well and truly impressing with what he can do. It's been a real blowout. Amazingly, it was so close and so tight, but there is one team that has played a full 60 so far, and there's one team that played about the first 2 minutes and fell asleep. Contrasting displays is 29-7 the score, and it just gets bad to worse for the Guardians. Quite amazing. These 2 teams are matched point to point. It's the difference on the field is huge. Again, easily taken, and Joseph takes the tackle after Rubber pulls it in. And you've got to say, it's just possession as a high hit comes in from Luke to Normanville. It's almost inevitable now as frustration really sets in to this Guardians side. They are the home team as well. And the Flakers, goodness me, they look just a step above. Oh, I say that. They made a crucial error there, not letting that ball go out. Now they counter-attack, and it's a good run for Theo Clark as well. But this is where they've struggled. Had the breakdown, retaining possession, back to Shepherd. Popped off a dummy, but it did not come away. They go short, and now they go wide. There's an opportunity for them again. This time, it is Liam Hacker who comes away with it. Rodriguez runs to the breakdown, gives way to Butler, pops it wide to Shepherd, back inside to Clark, tries to step his way through. No way through the yellow wall. Now it is Wayne Marshall giving a beautifully looked at Owenville. Has he got the wheels? No, he's got the support though. And this time it'll be Hacker. And it is on the second row of the Guardians and Crib. Is there time for a comeback? Do not tell me that there is. I don't think we could handle that. Liam Hacker scores, goes alongside the try for Josh Howard. And you already think maybe too little too late. The forwards here for the Guardians have been easily the better of their backs. Great play, Marshall going away to Normanville, who just outpaced the double try scorer Joshua Barrett. And then goes Hacker, who's got plenty of speed in those feet as well. He only had a good 15 metres to run, did it with ease. Did it with extreme ease as well. Important kick this for Butler. As we've talked about, he leads the way as a top point scorer. Haven't seen much from the leading try scorer, Nanukisi, in the way of tries, but he has been an influential member of that pack for the Flakers. Conversion is good, and we have a closer ball game now, 29-14. And the lead is 15. 8 minutes to go. You've got to say, the Guardians have to score off the kickoff. And you'd say that's not absurd either, because, wow, that is all going out in the full. Maybe he should have left it. Well, we're saying out by the Flakers anyway. The referee says otherwise to what we saw on screen. So the Guardians do have the throw. But we did see the Flakers score a try straight off the kickoff to Joshua Barrett. So is that possibility? It's happening in. Big hole in the middle of the line. Now they choose not to use it. They use the width on all their backline. And Louis Trotman, he has some wheels. He goes inside. It's Theo Clark. Oh my goodness me. We have a finish on our hands. That penalty from 60 metres could be the difference between these two sides. The misconversion, the 1 point difference. We have a game on our hands. Look at little Louis Trotman go. He had Oliver Elliott Williams on his outside. Chose not to use him. Went inside for a man equally adept in the back line. Theo Clark, welcome back to the tries. Great ball inside. That is class to be able to turn that back the opposite direction you're going. And the big unit, Theo Clark, scores. Another try for him. He is ticking them up as well. Well. Where do we go, folks? Where do we go? Conversion will leave us time for a restart. Dom Butler puts it over. It is 21-29. And another try, well, agonisingly will make it 29-28. What a finish that would be. If only that was a score now, we would have really been in for a stunning 3 minutes. As it is, still seems extremely unlikely that we'll get a try and a restart from these last 2 minutes of play. Kickoff is deep from Richards and is picked up by the Guardians, and there's a try scorer, Theo Clark, that runs it up to the 22. Howard goes himself. That's a great ball to Oliver Elliott Williams. He's still got support inside and out. Now he goes wide. Louis Trotman. This is a try. Put it away. It is a try for Louis Trotman, who has been simply outstanding. But one thing has happened. There has been the buzzer go off in the background, which means there will not be a chance for a restart. The Flakers will win it. But remember, the score was 29-7 before this comeback was initiated. And what a comeback it's been as well. You've got to give it to the Guardians. They did not give up. They fought tooth and nail all the way back. And this little man has been a standout for the Guardians backline. Louis Trotman, he's been electric. He's been lightning quick. And he deserves all the plaudits for his performance here today. My goodness, Team of the Week is going to be packed. We've seen some stunning performances. You look through these sides, and it's just ridiculous. The conversion is over. Oh my word! It puts it to 1 point, and there is full time. Referee blows on the first clash between the subscriber sides of Season 2, and the Flakers keep the record alive. Undefeated to the Guardians of the Crib. The Flakers will carry on their merry way and go top of the table. Well, not without the fear. Let's quickly go through this before the decisive carry on. 4 tries apiece. Hacker, Howard, Clark and Trotman for the Guardians. Butler 4 out of 4 from the tee. As for the Flakers, Ali Gino and Valentine with 1 each, but it was Joshua Barrett with 2. Owen Richards missed 1 from the conversions, but he nailed 3 and also got that penalty goal from long range. Wow, it really evened up, didn't it, in the second half, possession and territory. But the line breaks, still a massive difference. The Flakers were better for 60, but the Guardians, they know how to stage a comeback. Well, folks, I say take one hell of a deep breath. That was phenomenal. I thought we were going to be watching a blowout, and I thought, this is a bit of a shame. All the build up to this big match, and it's going to be a blowout. Well, I take all those bad thoughts back, and I apologise for them, because my goodness, that was a cracking match. Let's have a look at the table. I am struck for words at the moment, because that was one of the performances of the year, if not the performance of the season, by both of those sides. 8 tries we witnessed in that game, and I kind of wish we had another 20 minutes or so, because that game would have just gone on forever with both teams clawing their way back. We end it there though. The Flakers, 6 wins, 27 points. Both sides picking up bonus points. Every point available was taken tonight by the Flakers and the Guardians. We've seen bonus point tries for both sides. We've seen losing within 7 for both sides. The Guardians picked up 2. They got a bonus point, for scoring 4 tries and for being within 7. They go up now to 25. And goodness me, they sit second. Only 2 points adrift of the Flakers. Wow, I tell you, the Celtic Dragons and the All Flakes must be watching on, shivering in their little boots, because that was a monumental display by both of those 2 sides. And if they are ever beaten again, it will be impressive. I just can't believe it. One of the greatest games I've ever seen. The AI was absolutely on fire. I thought we were going to have a blowout, and I was disappointed. I was gutted for you guys as viewers that we're going to have a spectacle go down the toilet. But man, now tell me one thing, everyone. Man of the match. It's hard. It's really tough, because I would look at these team sheets and I would go, Louis Trotman was outstanding. The second row of the Guardians, Liam Hacker, Josh Howard were outstanding as well. Theo Clark come into his own alongside Kevin Marshall a little bit as well. We look at the Flakers and we say Francois Valentine, Connor Nicholson was very industrious. Owen Richards, pretty decent as well. But Joshua Barrett and Pierre Valentine, absolutely outstanding. Jiminy Gino was pretty decent as well. Not a game for defenders at all. Possession ruled, and we have been treated, folks. We have been absolutely treated to one hell of a game of rugby. 29-28. I give both sides a massive round of applause. That was an outstanding matchup. So enjoyable to watch, and I hope you enjoyed that big clash. 1 point, I don't believe it. 1 measly point separated these 2 sides, and it was right to the 80th minute as well. The Flakers, though, they go 3-0 against the Guardians. Next episode, we will have Wasps versus the Dragons, then Munster hosting the All Flakes. In between, as you can see, the Lions have gone down to Toulon. Then look at this, Oh man, look at that. Dragons, Guardians, round 7. Oh, get your toaster going for that one. This will be an absolute cracking game after what we've just seen. The Guardians, oh man. I just want to skip right to that. That is what I'm really here to see. Outstanding stuff. We'll play these 3 matches out. Of course, we have another team of the week in between. But this is getting exciting, folks. This is getting next level exciting. I can't wait for the next episode. I hope you've all enjoyed what we had in store today. The Flakers, congratulations. Guardians, commiserations. But you put on one hell of a fight till the bitter end. That is me. I don't want this episode to win because it was so much fun. But we do have to finish it up there. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Let me know your player of the game and, of course, who you think deserves to be in Team of the Week. We had 2 teams playing, so I need a good few names out of this game. So I think this was game of the season so far. Until next time, when we see the Dragons face Wasps. I'll see you then. Take care.